Pandemic caused millions to turn to their phones in ways they hadn't before. A source of friendship, news, a laugh, or to share their sometimes strongly held opinions. That causes debate and a new term called doomscrolling. Doesn't sound great right off the bat. IU Health clinical psychologist Dr. Danielle Henderson is here to explain what doom scrolling is. Where do we start with that?
Sure. So it's something that's probably been going on for a long time, but I think with the pandemic, people have now been able to put a name to it. So essentially, doom scrolling is scrolling a lot on social media or on the internet, usually looking at maybe news stories that aren't maybe so helpful or uplifting for us.
And that's because we're drawn to the dramatic, oh my gosh, that happened, and oh, did you hear about that baby, or did you hear about that family, or something that pulls at our heartstrings.
Yes, pulls at our heartstrings, and also maybe if we're stressed or anxious or feeling down or depressed about something, we may have a tendency to gravitate towards those kinds of news stories, and then our feed becomes more of those stories.
So the misery loves company is enhanced by the fact that all you need to do is search a hot topic in the search bar on a social media site, and all of a sudden you're just filled with it.
Yes.
So obviously politics, COVID-19, the vaccine, things like that can be fueled by these social media doom scrolling. What does it take for somebody to recognize they have an issue with this as opposed to somebody who's just interested in a topic and wants to read about it?
Sure. So I mean, I think if you're recognizing, wow, I'm spending a lot of time on the internet, or I'm spending a lot of time on my phone, I'm just scrolling, I can't even really tell you what I've been reading. I'm not maybe, comprehending or kind of taking any of that information in. Those could be signs. And also, too, if people maybe comment like, oh, wow, you seem to be on your phone a lot. Or, wow, you're always talking about the latest big thing that's been a crisis. That could be a sign that maybe I'm not scrolling in the most helpful way.
And it could also affect your own personal feelings, right? People have shorter fuses now. You bring up one topic and all of a sudden they're like, boom, I got all this information that may or may not be true that I read online that makes me, really angry and upset about that.
Yes, for sure. It can really ramp up our own feelings of sadness or depression or anxiety and stress or anger, like you said as well.
So somebody comes into your office and they say, look, I got this issue. This is kind of weird to talk about, but what do I do to fix it? Other than say, that's it, I'm done on social media, which is very difficult for some people who really do use it as a connection.
Yes, I mean, that is one option. Just say I want to kind of shut down my social media sites for a while or stay off of the internet. Other options could be time limits. So I'm going to only spend 5 minutes at a particular time of the day looking online or looking on my phone. Also trying to think about when you're using your phone. So instead of like grabbing for it first thing in the morning, let me get up, get ready, sit and have a cup of coffee, and then I'll look at my phone instead of rushing to it first thing.
I love replacing a bad thing with a good thing. What would you say to somebody who says, okay, but I need to have something to use my hands and mind for? What would you have them switch out doom scrolling for?
Ooh, that's a good question. So maybe if you just feel like that urge, like I gotta get on my phone, I gotta see what's going on, can we maybe change it to looking to positive, uplifting news stories, or trying to intentionally kind of seek those out? If you just got to get on the computer and the phone, try to see if you can look for positive things.
Think of your own hobbies and click follow on those.
Yes.
If that were the case, and we all did that, Miss Stephanie Mead's Facebook page would be filled with nothing but German Shepherds.
Oh, yep.
Am I right?
Yes.
Am I
all
right?
German Shepherds.
What would yours be filled with? Nothing but your number one positive
let's
image.
See. Music?
Music.
Yeah, that's my
There we
go-to.
go. Yeah, I'm with Stephanie. I'll scroll the pets. I'll pet
Puppies.
scroll, right?
Yes, puppies, babies, anything to make me smile.
Yeah.